Welcome back, everyone, to our Making It Fun Career Mode series in NASCAR Heat 3. So we're coming off of a great race in points and playoff points, but also a very disappointing race in terms of the overall goal of this series at Eldora. That victory was extremely easy. We lapped all the way up to 4th place. There were only 3 trucks left on the lead lap at the end of that race, and we only ran a 50% race. So if we'd had a lot more, some longer stages, we would have lapped probably everybody. And that is not something I want to say. That is not the idea behind this particular series on the channel. So we're going to hope that we have as few of those type races as possible. And as I mentioned while I was recording during the race, if I have those races during the season, it's entirely possible that I simply will not post those on the channel as part of the series. I will just skip by those. I will go ahead and, in all likelihood, post Eldora simply because it's more of a one-off specialty type race. Only the trucks do it, and they only do the dirt racing one time a year, so I'll probably keep it. But in the future, if we have a runaway victory at another track, particularly a track that we go to multiple times in a season and a series, or it is a pretty standard track for NASCAR, one of the 1.5 miles or something like that, then I probably won't even post the race on the channel. We'll skip that one. Because again, that's not the point of this series. That's not what we're trying to do. We want intense racing. We want battles for victories, battles for top 5s, 10s, you name it. As long as we're having some good, strong battles with the AI, I'm all for it. So now, let's bring it forward to where we are at this point after our last race at Eldora. Of course, we got a nice payday and a lot of points. So let's go see exactly what type of point standings we are in. Look at that. Look at that. Position number 3. We are now in the top 3. Again, just a few races ago, we were outside of the playoff standings looking in. Now, not only are we safely in the playoffs with only a couple of races to go before we get there, but we are in 3rd place, 2 victories, and those all-important 13 playoff points. That is pretty awesome. So let's back our way out, and we're going to hit next race because we're headed to the Extreme Dirt Tour, and we're going to be simulating the race at Richmond and hoping for some really good results. All right, let's prepare for the race. And once again, we will adjust this work plan. So we've got our normal chassis. We'll start there. We'll put William on that one. And then Wendy and Hector. So they will take care of the normal chassis. And then Drebin is up next. So we'll get to our short track chassis. And we'll go Jake on engine. Stella is on aero. I love that hair. I just cannot get over that. I love that hair. And the goggles too. I mean, let's be real. Gotta love those goggles. All right, I think that is everybody assigned. No unassigned employees. Everything looks good. And there we have it. Short track chassis coming along quite nicely. Normal chassis, 99, 96, and 97. Again, we could do a little bit more training and try to get to full 100s, but at this point, it just doesn't appear to be worth our money. So now we're hoping for another top 10 so we can get that 1438 in the payoff money. Let's go ahead and simulate and see what's going to happen. Okay, we'll choose the normal chassis and hope for the best. All right, 9th. So we got our top 10 and 11,452 on the money. Pick up 14 additional fans. We will take it. Now, what kind of Twitter racing do we, or feedback do we get? All right. Yep. There we go. So we got some more bad comments, and I'm just going to try to keep my mouth shut on that one. I've talked about this several times before. It just aggravates me every time I see it. All right, so we'll just apologize to the people we've so rudely offended, and we will move on because we got that important money. And now it is time to prepare for our next truck race. But for now, let's see. 5-race incentive contract. Pocono, Michigan, Bristol. Okay, wow. I think... Oh, look at that. 3 victories. Wow, look at that money. All right, 3 top 5s. Let's go ahead and choose this one. I'm hoping we don't have enough speed to get 3 victories. So let's go ahead and do the normal. Okay, and now let's prepare for Pocono. This is going to be a blast. I love Pocono. All right, let's come into our employees because we know that we need to do a little bit more training. We need to train Harrison a little bit more. He could use some training. But we're going to start out working here. At least, let's see how much we can get. Okay, wow. We can get him all the way up to 13. That is very nice. We don't quite need that much. But let's go ahead and back off just a little bit and save ourselves a little bit of money because we do want to upgrade some other things on our cars as we get closer and closer to the playoffs and then the championship race. So let's back out, go to adjust work plan, and let's get prepared for this race. So speedway chassis, engine, let Jillian take care of that. And then aero, yeah, we'll do Harrison here. And then suspension will be Mark. All right, and then after that, we'll go back to the speedway, so we'll need another speedway chassis to be prepared. Andrew on the engine, Chris on the aero, and then the suspension will be Stella. Okay, I like it. No unassigned employees. Nothing else to worry about right now. Let's start that work plan and see what kind of chassis we're going to end up having. 90, 92, and 90. Okay, I will certainly take that. Let's back our way out. Press on Go Race. Choose our Speedway chassis, and we're headed to Pocono. All right, it is race time here at Pocono. We're going to be starting in the top 15, just barely in 14th. Or at least that's before they send anybody to the back and all that. So we did have some fairly good speed, but certainly not any type of speed that's going to allow us to run away with it or anything. Noah Gregson immediately in front of us. So our goal here, as always, get as many stage points as we can in stage 1 and stage 2.
Inside.
All right, I'm just trying to stay out of the way right now with these guys. I'm not really even trying to make a bunch of passes. I just want to get single file as soon as possible.
Still there.
And just tiptoe our way around the track as best we can for a couple of laps until we get spread out a little bit. Then we can do a little racing, see what kind of speed we got. But for right now...
Still there. Outside.
Woo, these guys are way out of the gas coming off turn 3 there.
Stay low. Careful now. Still there.
All right, it shows our goal position at 5th. All right, I am out of the gas early because I knew this was going to happen.
Inside.
Yep, now we're 3 wide. That is certainly not where I wanted to be. Let's go in, Finger. I'm trying to shove him down the straightaway, and he's just not going. He wanted nothing to do with that.
Car outside.
All right, let's see if we can get back by Gregson again. I'm just trying to get single file here.
Stay low. Still there.
But I do not want to be... Oh, look out, Gilliland.
Car outside.
But yeah, we do have some nice speed inside the top 10 here. I was not expecting that.
5 to go.
You can see they're going to get us on the straightaways for sure. We know that's coming.
Still there. All clear. All right,
Oh,
clear.
Get back in the gas, Gregson. Come on.
Careful. Still there.
All right, we need to be able to stay to his inside, but he is killing us in the straightaway.
Outside.
All right, there we go. This short straightaway should leave us in good position to clear him off the corner, and sure enough, we'll do just that. So that puts us inside the top 5 solidly. And looking for more as we come up on end finger. So we got 7 laps total in this first stage. Let's see. Oh, we're going to be able to get him. We are not. So I'm going to back out of it there and try to go high side for a little clear track. So I don't have to worry about us having any contact.
Careful now, still there.
All right, we need to clear him before we get to the turn, but it does not look like it's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to try to baby it through here. This is not a corner that you want to go through side by side. The tunnel turn is very unforgiving.
Hold your line, stay up high, stay high. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
All right, a good run off the corner.
Bottom lane's clear. Use it if you need it. Inside, inside, inside. Car on the outside now.
All right, we will take it.
Wow, that's fast. Clear high.
All right, let's go ahead and pop up in front of these trucks. So now we are solidly in third, and I can see the leaders in front of me. That is a great thing, because we are coming to the end of the stage in just a couple of laps. But you can see, once you get up to the front, the closer you get to the front, the more sparse the trucks become until you get into lap traffic, because there is a huge disparity in the speed from the trucks at the front to the trucks in the middle and then the trucks at the back. All right, 2 more laps here in this stage. Can we run these guys down? Drive it in really deep into turn 1. Oh, couldn't stay in the gas. I was going to try to get really aggressive through there and try to get a little too much. Because for us at this point, it's playoff points or nothing really. It doesn't really matter to us about the regular season points for finishing in the top 10. What we're concerned with is getting those stage wins, and then of course, as always,
Still there.
race wins.
Clear. All
We
right.
want the trophies, but we want to have to work for them. All right, we have some great speed on Stuart Friesen. The question is, do we have enough to get by him in 1 lap? Let's see if we got enough speed on the outside. Can we do it?
Clear all around.
No, we cannot. Oh,
Inside.
cannot believe we made that work. Cannot believe we made that work. I thought I had driven it in. Well, the entry was okay. But in the center, I jumped back in the gas a little bit earlier than I normally would and thought I was going to push up into the wall. But we were able to come through, and now suddenly we find ourselves in the lead of this race, and I am really surprised. Again, our car is not fully upgraded yet. We're at 90, 95, and 90 maximum.
Great job.
And yet we pull out the stage win at a horsepower dependent track. So not something I was expecting. That is certainly a surprise. Okay, laps remaining. Let's see, estimated fuel. Wow. Okay, so we don't have to pit at all unless we want tires. If I'm reading that right. Wow. Okay, so doesn't look like anybody probably pitted.
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready. Ready. Car there's on the outside. Outside.
Let's see what kind of start we can get off to, and really get an idea of what kind of speed we've
Draw
got.
clear up top.
Surely we are not going to pull away from these guys. Because if taking the lead and pulling away from these guys becomes commonplace, then I'm going to start using some of the pre-made default setups to slow us down. I mean, the truck right now is handling great. So, if I want to slow us down, I'm either going to have to back out of the throttle, which is not likely, or we're going to have to make our top end more restricted. And I don't like to have to do that, but hey, just kind of is what it is. It's fun to drive cars that handle the way you want them to handle. That's the beauty of making your own setups, is you can make the car handle however you want. Fast or slow, at least it drives good for you, and you are in full control of that. But the downside in this game, just as it was last year and then the year before, is that the AI are not always up to par. And you can see by looking behind us, we are pulling away from them quite handily. Everything at Pocono is a compromise when you talk about driving the track as well as the setups. And generally what ends up happening is you end up being loose in turn 1 in order to make the truck handle through the tunnel turn here and then through turn 3. Because you have 3 very different styles of corners. But because turn 1 has the most banking and it's a very wide sweeping type of corner, then generally that's where you're going to be loose if the truck is handling good elsewhere on the track. Alright, for us, we are cruising right now. I'm going to pull up the leaderboard against my better judgment. Alright, so we got a 2-second lead on a few trucks. Then 3-second lead on the top 5. Okay, so that in and of itself is not bad. I just wish they were a little closer to us in speed. So we've got several trucks at the top of the field that have some speed. Their max speed just isn't where it needs to be. Alright, 2 more laps, and if we're able to do that without any issues and trouble, then we'll pick up another playoff point. Woo. Alright, so I think we've seen enough there. So about a lap and a half left to go. Last time we were at Pocono, things did not go so well for us. We got into a huge crash coming through the tunnel turn where a car, I'm guessing, blew a tire. Something along those lines. Had some sort of mechanical trouble. Blew a tire. Bounced off the inside wall, and then as we were coming through turn 2, shot immediately up in front of us on the track and nowhere for us to go. So those things can always happen. And that's why even if you're way out in front, just like we see in real life in these races, I mean, there are a lot of times where somebody will be out front dominating the race, and then one thing or another will happen mistakes, mechanical failures, any number of things can happen to take that lead away from them and put them back in the pack. So no lead is ever safe enough until the checkered flag waves. All right, but we're going to glide out of turn 3 and very easily win stage number 2 as well. So that's another playoff point. Yeah, we keep this up, we're going to end up with the most playoff points entering the playoffs. That is certainly not where we thought we would be. All right, so now we got 16 laps remaining. Estimated fuel is 20 laps. Wow. So no reason to pit. And we will advance on to the green. Apparently the AI was warming up the tires for us, and they've decided we're going to start way down the bottom.
Car there is on the outside. Outside. All right, now you're clear. Got one outside now.
All right, Crafton not giving us a whole lot of room there. He was trying to hold us down and see if he couldn't get by us coming off of the corner by making a better exit, but we were able to pull away from him just enough to clear him. All right, let's see if these guys are faster in stage 3. We've seen that in other races where you get the comers and goers in stage 3 particularly. And let's see if these guys get up here and challenge me for this victory. They got plenty of laps to do it as we come to 12 laps to go. You could see Sauter gaining on us down the front straightaway. That's engine. Even though we upped our aero a little bit more to decrease that drag, that will help us out a little bit on the straightaway, but there is no substitute for horsepower, that's for sure. All right, so far he's there, but he's a good deal back. So we'll see if he stays there or if he makes a charge on us as the laps wind down and we approach 10 to go in another lap or so. So far he does not have the pace. It's weird to think about going to Pocono and not having to use the brakes, but I'm not using the brakes at all. In fact, I don't think I've touched them the entire race. All right, yep, they're getting smaller and smaller in our rearview mirror, so that is not a good sign. But again, comers and goers, they've still got plenty of laps to get it done if they find some speed. So we'll just keep an eye out on our rearview mirror and see if that's going to happen. But to be leading this race the way we are, by as much as we are, is weird because this is nowhere near the speed that I could be running with a fully upgraded truck. And what I've run in the quick race mode, this is not even close. This would be about a 20th place car or thereabouts. Because I know I've gotten down into the 52s. I can't remember exactly what my faster times are. Oh, we got a caution flag. All right, so no reason to pit. Some of the guys behind us would probably do well to pit and get some fresh rubber, maybe make a run at us.
Coming to the green, driver. All right, be ready. Car there is on the outside. Outside. Hot. Clear outside.
All right, so these guys are just no match for us, even on the start. I'm running away from them. And again, I'm trying to keep an eye out on the rear view mirror because I'm kind of hoping somebody will make a run at us and show some legitimate speed here at the end of the race. I'm not really expecting it to happen, but it would be nice if it did. And so far, well, they're not coming back on us. That is certainly not what I wanted to see, and the laps are dwindling down, so they're running out of opportunities to make it happen. I thought we were going to have to go to the back of the lead lap with our pit stop, but as it turned out, we didn't need to make a pit stop, because our fuel was perfectly fine to make it to the end. Was not expecting that. Was expecting to make at least one pit stop. And of course, in some of these races, we make two just for the fun of it mostly, but with a little bit of work, I should be able to run that pretty easily flat through turn 2. I mean, I'm not lifting very much at all in any of the corners. But particularly in turn 2 over the tunnel, you really don't have to lift at all. I generally do, just simply because I'm not, concerned with lap times. I'm more concerned with keeping the car behaving and stable and all that kind of stuff. So all out speed for a single lap really is of very little importance to me, since I'm not working on qualifying type stuff. I'm more interested in a long run car that I know I can run lap after lap with and not have to worry about spinning it out every corner. Every time I come through turn 3, I look at that Monster Energy decal and billboard that is on the wall, and it looks like a dollar bill. Every time, that's the first thing that pops into my head is dollar bill. Not sure what that says about me and my mental state while I'm going around this track, but it certainly does look that way to me. All right, I'll point it out when we get to it this time. But as I get to the center of the corner and really start to focus on the exit, it looks just like a dollar bill to me. All right, it'll start to come into the picture right about now. And there it is. It looks just like a dollar bill on the sides from a distance.
Couple more turns.
All right, 2 more laps. We'll see if I can't remain focused on the track for a couple of laps here rather than looking at dollar bills on the side of the road. All right, so our goal position was 5th. I certainly think we're going to take care of that. And it's looking like we're going to have back-to-back races where we sweep the race and take all the playoff points from both stages as well as the race victory. All right, let's take that white flag.
One more to go.
All right, just out of curiosity, let's go back to the leaderboard. Okay, just 1.6 seconds behind. Again, the problem even with that, even though they're not a tremendous amount behind me at this point, the problem with that is I am nowhere near as fast as a fully upgraded car should be. Assuming that a fully upgraded car is equal to what you would use in quick play. And just do some quick single player races or practice sessions. Assuming that's the case, then your fully upgraded car should be, I mean, a lot faster than this. And that's going to make the racing even worse. So this is one of those tracks where it looks like I'm going to have to, in the future, maybe think about using a pre-made default setup.
Nice job, driver.
All right, so we'll bring home the victory. A rather easy victory there, and that's certainly not what we want. That's 2 races in a row that I'm very disappointed in the AI behavior. But we'll take our points, we'll take our money. How much money do we get? 35 grand. Yes, please. Of course, at some point, we're going to have to save up a little bit of money for our Xfinity team next year, but right now I'm having just too much fun upgrading the car and the employees and all of that. So that is our 3rd victory. Now I can't wait to get back and look at the playoff standings and see where we are now, because we picked up 7 more playoff points in this race. All right, let's work our way through these final few screens and get back to the main menu. There we go. Race summary. A very nice payout for us and 31 more fans. Again, I would have expected to get more than 31 fans from winning a race. All right, and we got another message.
Hey, everyone's talking about how good of a driver you are out there at this point in your career, how clean you're racing. Good job and keep it up.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Now let's see what Stuart Frieson's got for us.
You're a natural. Great job.
Oh, now that was quick and to the point, wasn't it? All right, very clean and amazing. Okay, I like that kind of feedback. John Hunter, thank you very much for the compliment. Mike Snyder. Trying to glance. Okay, so Jordan Anderson, this will put him as a friend. And it looks like everybody else that commented was already. Nope, there we go. Austin Wayne Self. This will move him one more step closer. All right, so let's see what is next on the agenda. For the Extreme Dirt Tour, it is what? Okay, well, let's view the teams. How many are we allowed now? There we go. So we're going to get a special offer from the 3-star team of Clay Greenfield. That came from, well, actually, I wonder if that's a holdover from our hot seat. I can't remember now, but we can contact up to 4 other teams. And if we just take a quick glance at those, look at our payout in the bottom left-hand corner. $77.75 there. $77.50 at Kyle Busch. And as we get into some of the 4- and 3-star teams, they're going to be even less than that. Okay, so we could choose to contact, ooh, look at that, Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing, only $3,800 per race. That is certainly not where we want to be. But it just gives you an idea of some of the payouts that you'd be looking at from each of the teams if you choose to sign with them and go that route. So let's back our way back out to the main menu, and that'll do it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned as we will continue our Making It Fun gameplay series in NASCAR Heat 3.